What's up, subscribers? Sunjetsu here, and today I wanted to go ahead and give you my list for my top 5 mod ideas for Total War Warhammer. Now, for this list, I chose ideas that were going to be more likely to be made and that they are fan favorites, like things that the community kind of wants to see when it comes to the, more modding for a fantasy Total War game. Now, about 6 months back, the then community leader Will Overguard, he told the community that there was going to be no mod support from Creative Assembly like there had been for Attila and Rome 2 for Total War Warhammer. Now, I took this into account, so the mods that I'm thinking are going to happen are the ones that like they used to happen, like back in the day with Empire, Rome, Medieval 2, Napoleon, even Shogun 2, where you'd have to go to a website like a modding website and download the mod itself to your game physically, and then you can go ahead and play it from there, because it seems like they're not going to have a workshop type of thing for Total War Warhammer, which is disappointing, but I took that into effect. Now, these mods, as I said, are ones that are either very likely to happen with what we know so far, and ones that people want to see. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Number 5, Warhammer 40k mods. Now, this one was kind of a given because this is Warhammer Fantasy. This is a Warhammer Fantasy game, and so it wouldn't be so far-fetched to think that the community of modders would just try to make some adjustments to at least the green skins and make them look a little bit more like Warhammer 40k, maybe even provide them with guns, because there are guns in the game. So I'm not sure how hard it would be to mod these guns that are already pre-existing into the game to make them look like handheld handguns that the green skins could use, but again, I'm not a modder, so I wouldn't know. Now, I would like to see some Space Marines too, but I don't think that the modding community could do that with the game itself. I don't know what unit they would pick that would be very similar, but again, the community does surprise even me sometimes, coming even with the newest Total War Attila mod, the Werewolf mod, or the Wolfman mod. It kind of surprised me, so who knows? They could add Space Marines, they could add anything they want, but I think that this is one that the community is more likely to happen and the community kind of wants to see, so that's why it gets the number 5 slot. Number 4, Walking Dead mods. Now, for this one specifically, I wanted to go ahead and focus on the vampire count unit because, or not unit, but race. The vampire counts have access to zombies as one of their units, and it's one of their prevalent units. I mean, we don't have an actual overview of what the units are for the vampire counts as of yet, or actually for any of the factions really, but I mean, we can have kind of guess from the trailers and stuff like that. But vampire counts have been elusive, and they probably will be up until the game comes out. But I do know that they have zombies, and more likely when the faction trailer comes out, it'll have zombies in it. So the mod that I'm thinking of specifically for this number 4 slot is a mod that would make the zombies that are already pre-existing in Total War Warhammer look a little bit more like Walking Dead zombies, like a little bit like with the palette look, like the way they look. Like Walking Dead zombies look a little bit more brown and gray and stuff like that. So I mean, I could just see them making them look more like the Walking Dead. Maybe even have 2 of them have chains around their necks, just like the one that Michonne had in I think season 3 or season 4 or something like that. Just a thought, but that's the reason it gets the number 4 slot, because I think the community would really just add this to their game, and I know I would, because I want to make some really cool short films and stuff like that. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and give it the number 4 slot. Number 3, Game of Thrones. Now, this one I believe would be the most sought after mod, but I wanted to go. There's 2 more mods that I think they're gonna come out more, but this one's gonna be more sought after, I think. But the way I'm thinking of it is, I don't think they're gonna be able to change the way the map looks. They haven't been able to do that for any Total War game since Shogun 2, so I'm pretty sure they're not gonna be able to do that, change the way the map looks to make it look like like the Game of Thrones maps. But bear with me, this is basically what I'm thinking is going to happen, or the mods that I'm thinking are going to come out. I do think that the armies of the Starks, the armies of the Lannisters, those are going to be the ones that are going to be able to be modded. I mean, even right now, Attila has a bunch of mods that are like that. So, I mean, I think those are going to be the ones that are more prevalent, the ones that are going to be able to, they're going to come out. So then we have those White Walkers. I think that again they could use the Vampire Count's zombie unit to go ahead and make some White Walkers or something like that. Even as some, there probably has to be a unit that the Vampire Counts have that can be used as the White Walker unit. So I think those are going to be ones that are going to be used. And last but not least, I think that they can use the Wyverns and stuff like that the Greenskins have, and have the make them dragons. Maybe even put Khaleesi on top, mod Khaleesi on top. So basically, this is more of a unit mod than anything, as just like most of the mods on this list. But yeah, this one I would love to see Khaleesi on top of a dragon. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one the number 3 spot. Number 2 is the mod that I think is going to be one of the most likely mods that's going to come out, is the Radius mod for Total War Warhammer. Now, Radius mods have come out for almost every single game so far, and it hasn't needed the Creative Assembly mod support back then. I don't think it will need it in the future. I don't think Radius really cares. I mean, I know I've seen his message where he found out that there was no mod support. He was upset, but I do think that he's going to pull through and create a Radius mod for Warhammer, improving everything in the game. Now, do I know what needs to be improved? No, because I haven't played the game yet. But I'm assuming that there is going to be things that are going to be needing to be improved, because like there hasn't been one Total War game that's come out that's been perfect. So, and every Total War game so far has had a Radius mod attached to it. So that's why I do think that this one's going to be 100% the most likely mod to come out on this list. I think this one's going to come out probably a couple months after Total War Warhammer comes out. And I'll try it out, see exactly what the improvements are and stuff like that. But just because, you know, he's got a track record of hitting every single Total War game so far. So, yep, I'm excited for it. Hopefully he improves the things that needed to improve. But then again, I don't know what those things are. That's still, but the reason I give it the number 2 slot is because it is the most likely. The number 1 slot goes to Lord of the Rings mods, Third Age mods, whatever you want to call them. This is the spot that it goes in. It goes the number 1 spot because this is probably the second most likely mod that will be, or mods that will be made as soon as Total War Warhammer comes out. And I would like to see these because this is going to be badass. Now, the way I was thinking about it is that the greenskins, obviously, you could make some of the orcs with using the greenskin palettes or something like that. You can make Gondor out of the Empire. Actually, you can make Rohan out of the Empire too. You can make most of the factions out of the most of the human factions out of the Empire. I would like to see some hobbits. I would like to see some dwarves. Well, wait, actually, they already have dwarves. Actually, more than likely, dwarves will be the first one that will be able to be mod transferred. So it'll probably be like Lord of the Rings dwarves in Total War Warhammer that you can go ahead and put into the game. So that one's going to be pretty awesome. I mean, there's not much thought that needs to go into that. If other factions come out for Warhammer, like the Wood Elves and stuff like that, I can see them making, you know, the elves of, you know, what's it called, Rivendell or something like that, or the elves of, I can't remember the name of it, Lothlorien or something like that. I forget the name of it, the High Elves. But I mean, I could see that happening too. You know, so, and then you have the Chaos could easily be transformed into, I don't even know, like Sauron or something. One of the units, the Archon could be transformed into Sauron. I don't know, and modded that way. And then you have the Nazgul. The Nazgul probably easily be able to be modded. They already had the Nazgul in Shogun too, so it wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that they could put it in Warhammer, which Warhammer is a fantasy game. And I would like to see both of them. I would like to see the ones that are on the Fell Beast riding through the air, and then I would like to see the ones that are on horseback. And then the last thing that I think could be one of the biggest things that could be modded would be Helm's Deep and Minas Tirith. I think that those two stages, I believe that those could be modded, and or cities in Warhammer could be modded to look like these. And I would love to have that, even if I don't have the units like Uruk-hai or whatever, the Rohirrim, or you know, orcs and Gondors. You know, I would like to still play Empire units, but I would like to play on Helm's Deep, or I'd like to play on Minas Tirith because that'd be pretty cool. You know, and I do think that at least Minas Tirith, I think, has equivalents on Warhammer, as we've seen with the new campaign gameplay trailer or whatever. So yeah, this one I'm looking forward to the most. I do think this is going to come out, and this is the second most likely to come out. And you know, just keeps firing up that Lord of the Rings Warhammer debate and stuff like that. So yep, that's gonna be my list, guys. Thanks again so much for watching, and thanks again so much for subscribing, becoming subscribers today. As you guys could tell, I've been changing a lot of things on my channel, like my wallpaper, my avatar pick, all that stuff. I'm just trying to figure out my place, trying to figure out exactly what I like, my flavor and stuff like that. I even had one time where I had my avatar pick be a picture of me. So I'm trying to change a couple things in my channel. I'm thinking of doing webcam stuff now. I'm thinking of focusing more on short films and stuff like that in the near future. Trying to finish Achilles and Leonidas versus the Spartan Empire. That's coming out soon, guys. So please be patient. Thanks again so much for watching, guys. The question of the day is, what mod would you want to see the most for Total War Warhammer? Put in the comment section below, let me know. Let's see if we can get over 50 likes for any of these mods on coming to Total War Warhammer. And as always, guys, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, you want to become a subscriber, go ahead and slash that subscribe button right in the face to see more. This is going to be Sunjetsu signing off. With what we know so far and ones that people want to see. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Number 5, Warhammer 40k mods. Now this one was kind of a given because this is Warhammer Fantasy. This is a Warhammer Fantasy game, and so it wouldn't be so far-fetched to think that the community of modders would just try it like a modding website and download the mod itself to your game physically, and then you can go ahead and play it from there, because it seems like they're not going to have a workshop type of thing for Total War Warhammer, which is disappointing, but I took that into effect. Now these mods, as I said, are ones that are either very likely to have support from Creative Assembly, like there had been for Attila and Rome 2 for Total War Warhammer. Now I took this into account, so the mods that I'm thinking are going to happen are the ones that like they used to happen, like back in the day with Empire, Rome, Medieval 2, Napoleon, even Shogun 2, where you'd have to go to a website to be made, and that they are fan favorites, like things that the community kind of wants to see when it comes to the more modding for a fantasy Total War game. Now about 6 months back, the then community leader, Will Overgaard, he told the community that there was going to be no mod support. What's up, subscribers? Sunjetsu here, and today I wanted to go ahead and give you my list for my top 5 mod ideas for Total War Warhammer. Now for this list, I chose ideas that were going to be more likely to